Pakistan could have done a lot. I think Pakistan can do a tremendous amount with respect to Afghanistan. They didn't do it, and I don't blame them because they were dealing with the wrong president. Who knows? But I think Pakistan could have done. They're helping us a lot now. I think they could have helped us a lot in the past, but it doesn't matter. We have a new leader. He's going to be a great leader of Pakistan. And we have a new leader here, sort of new. I'm 2.5 years now, getting to be 3 years. Can you believe it? You're going to find time flies. But no, I think Pakistan could have done a lot, but they chose not to. And that's because they did not respect U.S. leadership. That's all. Well, I'll let you know that very quickly. I'll let you know. I mean, I'm going to know soon. It's not going to be like a long-term thing. I figure things out very quickly. So the question was, that's probably the best question you've asked in a long time. First time, she's always asking Mueller. She's been asking this Mueller thing for 3 years. It's your best question. So I have to focus on that because that's such a great question. I think Pakistan is going to do a lot. I really do. I think Pakistan is going to make a big difference. I think Pakistan will save millions of lives in Afghanistan because I really believe they have a power that other nations don't have with respect to Afghanistan. And I will say, as of this moment, they're working very hard and very nicely.
Mr. President, even you and video of protesters in Hong Kong and these ongoing protests being beaten by gangs and potentially the Hong Kong and Chinese governments sort of looking the other way and allowing these peaceful protesters to be beaten. Have you seen any of that footage? Have you been briefed on any of that?
Well, I have. And,
Beijing and China?
You know, I know President Xi. We're working on trade deals right now. We'll see what happens. Meantime, they're paying us billions and billions of dollars of tariffs, which is fine with me. But I know that they're working. I know that's a very important situation for President Xi. And, you know, you could say what you said, but you could also say that he has allowed that to go on for a long time, and you know, it's been relatively. I think it's been relatively nonviolent.
Do you believe the protesters should be allowed to protest on the streets in Hong Kong as they've been?
Well, they are. I mean, they are. I don't think China has stopped them. China could stop them if they wanted. I think that, again, I'm not involved in it very much, but I think President Xi of China has acted responsibly, very responsibly. They've been out there protesting for a long time. I've never seen protests like it where you have that many people. It looks like 2 million people. Those are big protests. But I think that I hope that President Xi will do the right thing. But it has been going on a long time. There's no question about it.
Mr. President, even your critics
want to take a question?
Prime Minister again, from OI News.
Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. President made good remarks about Pakistan and said that Pakistan can help a lot to end the violence in Afghanistan. The dialogue process and reconciliation process. So what really Pakistan can do to bring peace, because you are also accompanied by your Deputy Commander General Bajwa and other security team. So what solution Pakistan, what strategy paper you have to push forward the peace and reconciliation process in Afghanistan and assurances to the U.S.? Yes.
Well, number one, this is the longest war that the United States has ever fought. It's almost 19 years. Number two, I'm one of those who always believed that there was no military solution. Because anyone who knows the history of Afghanistan, you just have to look back at the history. There was always going to be a political settlement at the end. And I have to compliment President Trump because he has now forced people to end the war, to have a settlement. And that's where I think Pakistan is playing a very important role, because Pakistan has a 1,500-mile border with Afghanistan and all the areas where the trouble is, which is the eastern side of Afghanistan. So this is a critical time. I'm looking forward to my talks with President Trump. We have our military leadership here, because this is obviously a security situation. And what we want is understanding between the two countries. I can assure President Trump that whatever we will be saying will be we will be straight with them. There will never be any question of any doubt on Pakistan's intent, because apart from Afghanistan, the country that wants peace in Afghanistan more than any other country is Pakistan, because we get directly affected by it. And Pakistan needs stability. We have had 15 years of fighting this war on terror, over 70,000 Pakistani casualties, over $150 billion lost to the economy. So we desperately want peace. And I'm happy that President Trump has pushed this forward. So we hope, I'm looking forward to these talks.
Prime Minister, can you... Prime Minister,
And apart from Afghanistan, there is another security threat in South Asia, and that is Kashmir dispute unresolved by the United Nations and even by the US, who voted in support of that resolution in the US. Now, are you going to make any kind of submission and intervention of President Trump? And the same question to Mr. President Trump. Is he going to play any role in that?
Okay, he's got it.
I've
He's
got
got
a question. I will be asking President Trump. It's the most powerful country in the world, the United States. It can play the most important role in bringing peace in the subcontinent. You know, there are over a billion and a quarter people in the subcontinent. They are held hostage to the issue of Kashmir, and I feel that only the most powerful state, headed by President Trump, can bring the two countries together. From my point, I can tell you, we have tried our best. We've made all overtures to India to start dialogue, resolve our differences through dialogue. But unfortunately, we haven't made headways as yet. But I'm hoping that President Trump would push this process.
So I was with Prime Minister Modi 2 weeks ago, and we talked about this subject. And he actually said, "Would you like to be a mediator or arbitrator?" I said, "Where?" He said, "Kashmir," because this has been going on for many, many years. I was surprised at how long it's been going on.
70 years.
I think they'd like to see it resolved, and I think you'd like to see it resolved. And if I can help, I would love to be a mediator. It shouldn't be, I mean, it's impossible to believe two incredible countries that are very, very smart, with very smart leadership, can't solve a problem like that. But if you would want me to mediate or arbitrate, I would be willing to do that.
President, I can tell you that right now, you will have the prayers of over 1 billion people if you can mediate and resolve this issue.
It should be resolved. So, but he asked me the same thing. So I think there's something. So maybe we'll speak to him, or I'll speak to him, and we'll see if we can do something.
Mr. President, even
Because I've heard so much about Kashmir.
Yes.
Such a beautiful name. It's supposed to be such a beautiful part of the world, but right now there's just bombs all over the place. They say everywhere you go you have bombs, and it's a terrible situation. Been going on for many years. If I can do anything to help that, let me know. Let me give you one thing on Afghanistan as an example. So a lot of you don't know this, but we dropped the largest non-nuclear bomb ever built in history. We dropped it in Afghanistan. We were getting ready to make many of those bombs. This left a hole that it took out a lot of the tunnels and everything else, but it left a hole in the earth that looked like the moon. It looked like a crater from the moon, still there. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. People heard it 15 miles away. They said, "What was that?" It shook the earth. Non-nuclear, the largest ever made by far. And they were going to make many of them. And I said, "No, we don't have to. I don't want to drop that. I don't want to do that." So many easy solutions. That's actually the easy solution. And they'd come in and they'd say, "Let's have peace, but you don't have to do that." I think we're going to be very successful without having to go that route. And I have tremendous confidence in the Prime Minister. All right, one or two more. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Are you going to raise the issue of publish in a treaty with Imran Khan and President to you regarding the freedom of the press in Pakistan? There are a lot of curbs on the freedom of press, on the media, on the journalists. Can you comment on that?
Go ahead.
Pakistan press, to call Pakistan press as if there are curbs on it. Pakistan has one of the freest presses in the world. All you have to do is, since I've been the Prime Minister in the last 10 months, I mean, the criticism I have received from my own press, unprecedented. So to say that there are curbs on Pakistan press is a joke.
Mr.
When you say unprecedented,
Mr. Prime Minister,
wait a minute, wait.
It's
there's
even
no
more
way
than you.
you're treated worse than I am.
Mr. Prime Minister, you are fighting, Mr. Prime Minister.
Issue of freedom.
You're going to have to speak because I didn't hear your words.
Yes, the question was, are you going to raise the issue of freedom or the release of Dr.
Freedom of the press?
Dr.
Dr.
Freedom.
Oh, yes.
The doctor who helped
We will do that. We will. We're talking about hostages. We're talking about hostages being held in various places. I've had very good luck with hostages, with North Korea, with many places. They've treated us with respect, and I appreciate it. Made a big difference. We have 2 or 3 hostages that we're talking about. That's one of the gentlemen that we have heard about. And we will be discussing that with many other subjects. Yes, we will.
And President Trump, just a minute, President Trump, we will be giving you good news about the 2 hostages in a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Prime Minister, you are fighting.
North Korea, sir. North Korea, sir.
I'll tell it in a second. Go ahead. Ask it again.
On your tweets, why are you escalating your feud with the 4 congresswomen and racial tensions and so forth?
Well, I think they're very bad for our country. I really think they must hate our country. I think the 4 congressmen we're talking about, the congresswomen, what they've said about Israel, what they've said about our country, when they talk about disgusting people, when they talk the way they talk, when the one mentioned that brown people should speak for brown people and Muslim people should speak for Muslim people, and you hear all this, it's not what our country is all about. No, I think they're very bad for our country. I think they're very bad for the Democrat Party. I think you see that, and they're pulling the Democrats way left. Nobody knows how to handle them. I feel they're easy to handle. To me, they're easy to handle because they're just out there. They're very bad for our country, absolutely. No, I don't think, no racial tension. No, there's no racial tension. Look, I had my best numbers recently, and it's because of the economy and what I've done for the African American. When you look at the African Americans are doing better than they've ever done in our country. We're creating numbers. Look at the poverty numbers. Look at so many different, look at the unemployment numbers, the best they've ever had. No, we have fantastic relationships with the African American community. I think you'll see that. Certainly, you're going to see that in 2020. I believe.
Even your critics say that you are going to win the 2020 elections, and you are obviously very confident about that. Same thing with Imran Khan. Sir, you are also having a big war against corruption in Pakistan. So can you just give us a little comment on that?
Well, I think he's going to win, and I think what's going to happen, of course, he's got a little ways to wait. But I'll go over, I'm going to campaign for you. I'm going to help him with this campaign.
Sir, can you, sir, war against corruption, can you please comment on that?
Ali Imran, representing Associated Press of Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said that Pakistan is looking for trade and economic relationships and investment in Pakistan. Are you willing to do that?
Yes.
Because many experts say that economic prosperity is the best antidote to extremism and militancy.
I agree, and I think that's very true, and it's actually a very good question. The answer is yes. I see great trade with Pakistan, and I'm not talking about a little bit more. I'm talking about we could go 10 and even 20 times what we're doing right now. You know, Pakistan's a big country. It's actually a very big country, and they have tremendous product. They make great product. They make tremendous. I bought from Pakistan over the years when I was in the private sector. They make incredible product. They're brilliant people. They're hardworking people. I think we're going to have a fantastic trade relationship. I don't mean we'll increase it by 20%. I mean, I think we can quadruple it. I think you could go, I mean, literally, it sounds great. You could go 10 times more. You could go 20 times more. Because what we do right now is not much, and we should do a lot. So I think that's going to be, and I also do agree that that has so much to do with great peace. Having a great trading relationship has so much to do with peace and extremism in this case. I think it can have so I expect that we will, within a very short period of time, start having very significant trade with Pakistan.
Sir, are there any working level talks with North Korea scheduled at this point since you met with Kim Jong-un?
No, we just have a very good relationship, and probably they would like to meet, and we'll see what happens. There was a little correspondence recently, very positive correspondence with North Korea.
Between you or
again, there's no nuclear testing, there's no missile testing, there's no nothing. I think we will, at a certain point, when they're ready, we'll be ready.
Question, Mr. President, for question on the
One question, please.
Go ahead.
One question to
of Pakistan. Did you raise the voice for Dr. Afia Siddiqui?
Well, there'll be things discussed, so that would be for afterwards. We'll discuss things.
We'll be discussing it.
Mr. President, two questions. Pakistan, one of the provinces of Pakistan, Balochistan, where India is sending non-state actors to destabilize, and the people from there are going to Europe and other places, and they're getting refuged, getting asylum in India, which is actually an indication that India is helping those non-state actors to infiltrate in Pakistan, and they created that. And one of the guys Pakistan is holding, which was the leading the network. So, do you think that the U.S. will be playing a role in stopping India to,
I think I can very well. I have a very good relationship with Prime Minister Modi, and I think we're going to have a phenomenal relationship with the Prime Minister of Pakistan. I do think that it's a two-way street. You say India is coming in and destabilizing Pakistan, but India is saying that Pakistan's coming in and destabilizing. So there's a lot of room right there where we could meet. I think we could meet. You had a question on Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico step down right now.
One question.
Did he step down? Look, he's a terrible governor. I think you have an even worse mayor of San Juan. She's horrible. I think she's horrible. I watched her. My people did nothing but complain about her when we helped them with their hurricane problem. The mayor of San Juan, Puerto Rico, is a horror show. She's incompetent, grossly incompetent. At the same time, the governor's not good. So the United States Congress, you won't believe this. Please close your ears, because this would be, gave Puerto Rico $92 billion last year for hurricane relief. Now, they haven't gotten the money, all of it, but they've got a lot of it, but they're scheduled to get. The Congress of the United States handed them $92 billion. And that $92 billion is in the hands of incompetent people and very corrupt people. But the governor has done a terrible job, and the mayor of San Juan she's horrible. I think she's just terrible. She's so bad for her people. And I think the government of the United States, they have to be careful. I'm the best thing that ever happened to Puerto Rico, because we did a great job in Puerto Rico. They don't like to give me the credit for it, but we did a great job. I have many Puerto Rican friends. I have a real understanding of Puerto Rico. I've had jobs in Puerto Rico. I think the most successful, I owned the Miss Universe contest, the pageants, and we had them in Puerto Rico twice, and I'll tell you, we had tremendous successes. In fact, they said literally 100%, this never happens, almost, I think it was close to 100, but 100% of the island itself was watching. They liked those pageants. Now, I've had a great relationship with Puerto Rico. I'm the best thing that ever happened to Puerto Rico. But Congress has given them $92 billion. Pakistan would like some of that, right? 92, not 1.3, because Pakistan was getting 1.3. $92 billion, and the money is squandered and wasted and stolen. And I'll tell you what, the senators are not happy about it, and Congress is not happy about it, because you really do. You have incompetent, totally, grossly incompetent leadership at the top of Puerto Rico. The people of Puerto Rico are great. And the people of Puerto Rico like me, and they should, because nobody's given them what I give them. But the leadership is corrupt and incompetent. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Press. This way. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Press. Right this way. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, that was okay, but the one before.
Thank you.
Press, let's go. Keep moving.
I'm very impressed.
Thank you, Press. Right this way, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Press. Right this way, guys. Thank you.
Press, let's go. We're finished.
Press, we're leaving now. Thank you, sir.